Tools. What tools do you need to work on air conditioning? And I have a whole list of them here. There's a few tools, though, that I didn't put on that list that I assume that you already have or you brought with you. And what are those tools? What are the most important tools? Meters on there. Gauges are on there.
Eyes, ears, and hands.
You know, there you go. Tools God gave you. You know, before you work on any air conditioner, the very first thing you should do is look at it. Look at the whole system. When you go to do a troubleshooting or diagnostic, I don't want you to take any tools but a 6-in-1. That's all I want you to take. And go look at, the first thing you're going to locate is thermostat. What is it set on? How is it set? Don't touch it. Just look at it. And if it's set on, let's say it's set on 70 and the temperature inside is 85, right? And it's set for cool and auto, then what should be happening at this point? It should be running, so don't touch anything. You listen, oh, the air handler's not running, nothing's working. So then what's the next thing I'm going to go locate? What do you tell a resident whose air conditioner is not running to go look? Yeah, go look at the breaker. Hey, the breaker's tripped. Let me see why it tripped. Then go over and locate the air handler. Open the door. And when you open the door and look at it, that's what you need the 6-in-1 for. Look at the wiring. And then as soon as you open the door, you smell a burnt varnish smell. What does that tell me? It could be any some sort of electrical device, either transformer. What about the fan motor? What if it burn up? Yeah, circuit board. All these things, when they burn up, will give you that burnt varnish, that electrical burning smell. And if I look up, and then the next thing I'm going to do is touch it. Put my hand on the back of the motor. If it's warm or hot to the touch, something's doing. You know, that usually tells me it was working. But then I take my finger and just move the blower wheel. If the blower wheel won't move, that means seized up. Will that make a breaker trip?
Yep.
Absolutely. So, hey, I didn't even have to turn the breaker on to get it to trip back off. And if it hadn't burned up and you keep tripping that breaker, what's it going to do?
It's going to burn.
It's going to burn up. Then after you've located the air handler, the thermostat, the breaker, then locate the outside unit. You know, pull the panel off of it. Look at the outside unit. You know, the unit that's full of mulch halfway up, and it's got the ant bed halfway up the backside of the condensing coil, and you pull the cover off and there's a fried lizard across the contactor with a black burnt wire, right? So you see the wire burn off, and a good maintenance technician pulls the disconnect, takes his pocket screwdriver, flips the lizard or the frog off of there, cleans the wire up, puts it back in the hole, tightens it up, plugs the disconnect, there it is, it's running, it's working. But that lizard didn't make that wire burn back. That's all you took off was a lizard. He was the straw that broke the camel's back. All that mulch that's piling up in there, making the pressure rise, making the compressor work harder to generate that. So at that point, when it's dirty like that, that compressor is going to pull more amps. And now that amp bed that's clogging the backside of the coil, that piled on too. So now the amp draw even goes up more. Now when that lizard laid on top of that contactor and fried, that was the straw that broke the camel's back and that wire burned off.